What up, y'all? It's Papa Bear here, and thank you for tuning in to another episode of Epic Adventures. So today I'm here to talk about the announcement that Boy Scouts made several weeks ago in regards to allowing girls into Boy Scouts. I have a son that's in Cub Scouts currently, and Mama Bear is a den leader in Cub Scouts. So just by me saying that right then and there, you can see that there's a divide in my decision, which I'm about to explain today. I'm for it, but at the same time, I'm against it. I'm for it because I believe there should be no segregation. I'm a strong believer in that. Many years ago, they used to say that blacks couldn't be in the military. Many years ago, they said blacks couldn't be in baseball. Many years ago, they said blacks couldn't do this. And you know what? As African American man, I think we have integrated very well into those things they said they couldn't do. So to me, yeah, I think girls can be in scouts. However, the issue that I have with girls coming into scouts is the way that they're doing it, the way that I've been told that they're implementing the program. And if I'm wrong, I'm wrong. But as of right now, based on my information that I'm receiving, they plan on allowing girls to come into Girl Scouts, but they're going to be like their own in Boy Scouts, or Scouts, excuse me. That makes no sense to me. Either you integrate everybody or you don't integrate them at all. I honestly think that by bringing the girls into Scout and you're not integrating them, some way, somehow is going to take away from the original reason why the organization was built, and that was to raise young men. So, to me, stop BSing. You get what I'm saying? Just do it. Kids are integrated in schools. They're integrated in sports as kids. I've seen girls play football. Back home in Maryland, there was a girl that played for Suitland High School. So and now women, just let y'all know, women are in the military. And when you go to basic boot camp, minus the Marines, they're not segregated. They're not. So my question is, why do you need to segregate them inside the organization? Explain that to me. I'm waiting. Because to me, it looks like you want your cake to eat it too. That's how it looks to me. Either you have a man or you don't. Okay? As a man, I want my son to have something of his own. But I understand that times are changing. Okay? As a husband, which one day I may have a daughter, not saying that my baby mama bear is pregnant. If I have a daughter, I don't ever want anybody telling my daughter she can't do anything. Bad enough, the African American woman gets judged on her hair, and we ain't gonna talk about that. But you can't sit here and straddle the line and fake. You either gotta stand on one side of the fence. And that's why I'm torn. Because the approach that they're taking, I don't like that, because it has me standing between two sides. Can't do that. Can't do that in life. You either be for something or against something. You can't be both. You can't be both. That right there, my friend, is someone playing the field. Can't do that. Okay? Can't do that. And let's get real. Part of the reason why Boy Scouts, to me, is in this situation because they failed to do the very thing they should have did. No, let me say it like that. Part of the reason why Boy Scouts in this situation is because there is nothing, 90% of the people in Boy Scouts are Caucasian. There, I said it. Some of y'all may be mad at me. But it's the truth. And I can speak on this because my son's in Cub Scouts. He's the only African American in Cub Scouts. When I went to the Three Ridge Wilderness, there was a Cub Scout group there too. There was two Cub Scout groups there. I only saw one African American in Cub Scouts. At the Cub Scout my son currently goes to, there is one other minority, which I do not know his ethnicity or race because I cared to ask because Hey, you're here. Congratulations. Let's go rock and learn something. Actually, I think there's a couple more. Maybe like 2, 3 more. But out of that whole troop, it's like 90% white people. Now, am I hating against them? No, I'm not. Because where I work with white people. I work with Asians. I work with Latinos. I work with Spanish. I'm not hating. But if Boy Scouts, and we all know it's true, is concerned with their numbers of membership, why isn't that you set back and actually aggressively recruited? Just as you aggressively recruited those 3,000 girls, why didn't you go and find some more minority males to bring in the Boy Scouts? So I understand that back in 1989, they had their big jamboree. And back in 1989, racism, bigotry, all that stuff, that was still rampant. You get what I'm saying? And in the article, it talked about how, and if I can find this article, I'll definitely place the link below. But my computer ended up shutting off on me, and I didn't get a chance to save the link. But in this article, it talks about how American citizens that were Spanish, black, you name it, whatever race, Asian, felt kind of isolated and segregated because of the misconceptions that the white man had at that time about what this race should be like. Now let's fast forward. To a point, it really hasn't changed, is that the number of people being educated has increased. You know, with everyone, all different races getting together and making love and having babies that are all the same color, you know, that can happen. But to me, if Boy Scouts would have actively recruited, because growing up, where I came from, if you said Boy Scouts, the first thing came to mind is, oh, that's the white man's club. That's the white people's club. That's the truth. Now, again, I'm saying I'm not being racist. I'm stating the fact of how I grew up, the environment. And I'm not saying that my parents is racist. It's the culture, the people that we were around. You said Boy Scouts, the first thing came to mind is a white person, a white male. I mean, hell, before my son even joined Boy Scouts, when I was living in Georgia, it was a white little boy that we bought popcorn from almost every year because we be filling that popcorn. I ain't never seen a black boy come to my door. Not an Hispanic or Asian boy come to my door. And you can't sit here and get mad. Again, if you talk to Boy Scouts, look at the statistics. Let's look at the race thing here. Now, I'm going to throw something out there also. Back in, I think, 2009, I'm going to see if I can find that, that link below. There were 12 from Dallas, Texas. 12 black men that got their eagle status. I didn't know about that. The only reason I figured that out is because I was doing research on this topic, because I wanted to be somewhat educated before I talked about it and give my opinions. Now, I don't know the hard facts on it. It's based on what I researched, okay? But they didn't promote that. I think that would have been perfect if they would have promoted that. Perfect. Here's an example of how actually recruiting, promoting, propaganda, however you want to put it, however you want to say it, how you want to twist it, can actually increase upon the membership or show positivity towards the objective that you're trying to achieve. Let's look at NRA. For a long time, you said NRA going up. Hey, that's the white man's organization. I say around 2009, maybe 2008, Cornelius Knorr got in the guns and NRA picked him up. Back in the day, if you also said NRA, that's a white male's organization. NRA got smart and they started going out there and they got a female spokesperson. Now, someone came out and said, we need black women out there. Where is that, NRA? And they went out there and they found a black woman's spokesperson. I don't see Boy Scouts doing that. And then you wonder why your membership is low. Then you're at this point where you have to have girls come in to save the organization. And to a point, I kind of feel like you're using them. But then at the same time, the benefit can be Mutual benefit. Mutual benefit. Because these girls get a chance to do what they want to do. Okay? Which is actually camp outdoors, do fires, survival stuff, all the whole 9 yards. I don't know what goes on in Girl Scouts. I will say one thing, their cookies is excellent. Them Samoans and Thin Mints though, got to get them every year. I don't know what the Girl Scouts are doing in their organization, but I'm going to say this to you. You can't make a change if you don't stand up for something. So for those that ran away from Girl Scouts to go to Boy Scouts, did you ever think about pausing for a second, standing up for what you wanted, and telling the Girl Scouts that? If you didn't like what they were delivering or giving or teaching you, why run away? Because it was easy? That's my only thing I got to say about the Girl Scouts. And obviously they're mad because the Boy Scouts is trying to cut in on their profit margin. Because this is all about money. Let's be real. Let's be real. It's all about money. So out of this situation, I see several things. One, it's money driven. I just said that. Two, they fail to recruit in the minority communities. Okay? That's two. And three, they're not willing to double down and go all in. If you're going to have the girls come into this organization, double down, integrate them. Okay? And if you're going to do that, make sure you have the programs in place to protect my children. And understand that when you integrate these kids together, the same issues that you're going to have in high school, middle school, these are children that are growing up to be young men and women, so eventually puberty will hit. You're going to have these same issues. So be ready for that. But to segregate them, that's almost like separate but equal. And last time I checked, yeah, we got rid of that. My daughter is not going to go in some stuff like that, separate but equal. She going to be the same like everyone else. In the military, they do it the same. Okay? You got standards you got to meet them standards. Special ops, hey, you got to meet these standards. Now, I've worked with some incredible women in my field of where I work. You know what I'm saying? Some of them with prior military experience. Boy, I tell you, they can throw it down. And I'll work with them any day of the week because they can throw it down. But I honestly don't believe that if we did the same thing the Boy Scouts is doing, is that, oh yeah, you guys can come in, but we're going to put you in this own little group. That, oh yeah, the military did do that. When women came in, they could only work certain positions. Wow. It's amazing how they changed from that. Matter of fact, when blacks came in, we could only cook. Amazing how that changed. Wow. Women have offered something to the military. African Americans have offered something to the military. So I guarantee you, if you integrate these boys and girls, both of them are gonna have something for this organization. If not anything, the girls may mop the floor with our boys. But at the same time, these boys understand that, hey, this is life. Competition is on. My son's in soccer right now. Almost done with soccer season. And we got girls on the team. And I'm going to tell you something. Man, there's this one little girl on the team. She is hardcore. She took a ball straight to the chest within 4 feet. Boom! Took it straight to the chest. You can see the air. This get knocked out of her. Man, let me tell you, this little girl done picked it back up, ran, chased the ball down, and kicked it out of bounds just to buy some time on the game. Little girl did that. So, with that being said, either integrate, stop worrying about money because you're supposed to be raising and teaching, orange parenting, I'll say that, our children. And keep it real. And promote outside of your perfect shell of the white race and get out there. You know what I'm saying? Don't sit out 1 or 2 fishing lines and tentacles. Actually, you better get yourself 1,000 fishing rods and you better cast in one direction, 1,000 fishing rods and cast in another direction, 1,000 fishing rods and cast behind you. You get what I'm saying? You feel what I'm going at? You see what I'm trying to say? You can't sit there and expect productivity if you ain't putting no hard work into it. You can't sit there and expect the African American community, the Asian community, the Latino community, the fitness player community to come to you if you ain't sit there and go to them and be like, hey, this is what we have to offer. Because as of right now, the way I see it, Boy Scout still has some value, has some merit. I got to put my son through college. No, scratch that. He got to get himself a scholarship and get into college. You think Boy Scouts ain't going to look good on that resume? So what if he wants to join the military? You think Boy Scouts ain't going to look good on that resume for military or give him a pay grade bump up in the military? Yeah, it is. So Boy Scouts, you guys still matter. But if you keep going down this, I'm going to stand on both sides of the field, yo, you lose all credibility in my book. All credibility in my book. And I apologize. It's Scouts. You lose all credibility. Do we allow the girls in? Yeah. But we ain't going to half-ass the job. And if you're going to half-ass the job, then kick them out. Because I think that's a disrespect for them, to not only to the girls, but also to the boys. Now, before I end this up real quick, if you do this and you do decide to fully integrate, you're going to definitely have to develop a mentorship program. Because a woman cannot raise a man, and a man cannot raise a girl. The beautiful thing about integrating kids is that you can show a woman how a man should you can show a girl how a man should treat a woman. And if you happen to have a dinner like my wife, a woman can teach a boy how to love when it comes to them getting older as a woman. To a woman. You get what I'm saying? Trying not to edit these things as much. Just like raw going into it. So, all in all, you guys got work to do. Boy Scouts, Scouts, it ain't over. You got more work to do. You got the 3,000 in. Now, do right by them. Do I want the females in? If you're going to do this half-ass of a job, no. But if you're going to come real, you're going to do it. You're going to throw it down, hold it down, and you're going to integrate them, and you're going to hold them to the standards. Then you know what? Yeah, let them in. Because I want to make sure my son knows what a strong woman is. You get what I'm saying? A strong woman. And he's going to see that by seeing a strong girl get raised. So that's why I said I'm torn. I see the both sides. I see the negative sides. But you either got to do all or none. However you do it. All or none. So with that being said, y'all, thank you very much for letting me ramble on for about 17, 18, 20 minutes. If you guys have any further on comments to what I just discussed, you want me to look at some stuff, we can continue this conversation down in the comments section. If you like the content which we are pushing out, please hit the like button, share, and notify. I'd like to thank everyone for listening to me rant, because you know what grinds my gears. With this being said, thank you very much. I'll see you guys outdoors.